Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with a replay post commentary weather painter deck. I got some pretty neat games. I wanted to show you guys more weather painter content for people that wants to learn how to play the weather painters. I think it's a pretty good deck. We're against Chain Burn. Coffin Cellar, Skull Invitation, but we just do the normal combo. This is what you the best opener, which is one Prank Kid, one Weather Painter and Snowy Canvas. He gets a dice shot, so we will take some life points unfortunately, and we'll take some chain, well, he will take some Chain Burn, but we'll just, play like we don't care, because that's what Weather Painters do. It just plays like they don't care, because as long as you don't die, you'll probably win. that is Weather Painters. He goes into Time Lord, which is very, very interesting. I wonder if he's gonna attack into it, but I'm gonna chain both of these guys. So there are like situations where if you don't chain Rainbow, you don't need to chain Thunder, but you need to activate Rainbow early, because if you don't activate Rainbow, sometimes you will not be able to chain into the summon. And I used chain into Rainbow. I did a mess up here. I chained into Aurora with Rainbow. I should have put it closer to this slot, because if I did, I'll be allowed to search a card at the end phase. But newbie Weather Painter I was a couple of days ago. Now I'm a professional. I go into Rainbow, Foundry Canvas the Time Lord back, and we start smacking him in the face. This is basically the end for him. Once you get to this board state where you have Snow Canvas, Foundry Canvas, Rainbow. Rainbow isn't very necessary, but it accelerates your board state very quickly. Once you have like four Weather Painters, like 3 to 4 Weather Painters, you probably win the game already. And now he's desperate here. And at the end phase, I'm gonna keep on searching cards, because spinning is winning, as a lot of people will say. And now we can get our Weather Painters back, and we're gonna hit him in the face and full game. See, as long as you don't lose, you win the game as Weather Painters. The general strategy. And we use the Lava Golem to finish him off. Easy game. The next game we opened up pretty decently. It's always pretty decent when you open up Snow. We're against Invoked Dogmatica Shenanigans. This deck, like this deck is like a very, very good matchup against Weather Painters. These really slow control decks, like Weather Painter, eat these guys up, like Sky Strikers, Eldritch, Invoked. Who else? Sometimes Drytron eats up Drytron sometimes. It's like a 50-50 against Drytron, because Drytron's going first. Sometimes you can't do anything. But we completely eat these guys up. I want to bait out the Peri Peri Rice map, because if they negate it, you don't pay the full half your life points. So it's really good to bait out Ashes with the Peri Peri Rice. And if they let you free, you get a free Snow, which is great. Although at the cost of 4,000 life points, which is not nice. Because remember what the goal of the deck is if you don't die, you probably win. So we search into a Kaiju, which gets rid of his Omni Negate, which is great. And we go into Dimension Fissure, into Snow, into Rainbow Canvas. This Rainbow Canvas will allow us to go into Thunder, which is an extender. We can get rid of the Rainbow to go back into the Snowy Canvas and just draw. And we set our Thundery Canvas during all of that shenanigans as well. We have a Thundery Canvas in hand, so we didn't necessarily need to do that. We can go into Rainy Canvas too. But now we accelerated our board. We have two Weather Painters on turn 3, which is great. Whoa, 2 Weather Painters. This is the deck, guys. It's very, very, doesn't do much. He actually plays around this insanely well, by the way. like insanely well. He like negates my Thundery canvas with his APK Leon, which is absolutely insane. But as long as we don't die, we will probably win. We search, we get rid of both of them at the same time. We chain it, but we only get one search, but we chained, so both of our weather painters survive. You need to take a lot of beating with this deck to make sure your board is there. Because if you have remember, if you have 3 to 4 weather painters, you probably win the game, and you're dead by that point. Okay. So what we can do in this situation is we can go use our Thunder, use our weather painter Thunder to get rid of the negated Thundery canvas. Go into the Rainbow, our second copy of Rainbow, and summon our Aurora, which will allow us to get it back on the graveyard, normal summon it, normal summon our Thundery canvas back, and on main phase 2 we can use it to bounce back our Gadala and be able to kill his APK, and then we can special summon something from Rainbow. And now we have the win condition, 3 weather painters. Our Exodia. And now he's struggling here. We should be technically summon these in defense position actually, in case of Lightning Storm. But this was me being a newbie weather painter. Was not thinking. He goes into invoked YuGiOh. He pops a card. He doesn't read my cards. He really doesn't read any cards, and he scoops from there. It's like, why does these cards not work? But in that board state, he will probably just lose on the next turn anyway. Okay, on this hand, we drew really... like, it's pretty decent if the Piri Rice goes through. And it does. We lose 4k life points, but we get our Snow. Snow is great. I like Piri Rice just because of the fact that we can go into Snow. Snow literally saves the day every single time because it's our starter. Because the skill drains like really clogged up our hands. And we're going to go into Dimension Fissure with the Portal P. The Snow will search into Snowy Canvas and then we'll get our card. He ashes the Snow Search though, which is sad, but it's okay because we'll get to do it again. This deck is really good at baiting people's Snow because they like clicking yes when it's not that useful. Though that search did mean a lot. He actually kills my Dimension Fissure actually, which is completely which allows him to use his Numeron wall. But I have skill drain set, so I can just chain the skill drain, and these guys cannot boost and will just start hitting themselves. After noticing the skill drain, he goes into probably Appaloosa, I mean Apollo USA, to get a monster negate, but with 0 attack because of skill drain. And on the end phase, we chain the Snowy Canvas. You should always chain the Snowy Canvas on the end phase. This will allow you to this will just generally allow you to survive, because this is a very hard 2200 attack defense monster, so it allows you to survive first before so it goes through the enemy turn easier. And I forgot, I'm completely messed up this turn. You had to I forgot we were on the skill drain, but you can actually use Thunder's effect on the skill drain, but you have to chain a canvas into it. So the cost of using this effect is you send a continuous trap, but if you have a canvas already on the field, right, you can chain that to the effect, so the effect activates in the banish area, so you can play through skill drain. But I messed up because I thought you send it last, but the cost of the chain link 1 is you send it first, so I didn't get it off. But you know, the more you learn, guys. So in this situation, I wait for him to send his Numeron Calling before I activate. Because this is a hard once per turn. Well, technically it's not a hard once per turn, but this search is a hard once per turn. So if he doesn't have another Numeron Calling in his hands, he would not be able to activate Numeron Calling again. And if he does, we can just send it we can use Rainy Canvas to send this card back to the hand anyway. So now, because this is in his hand, he does not get the effect of Numeron Cooling, meaning he does not get his gates. On the end phase as well, if you have Rainy Canvas, it's a great idea to send, if you have any spare Weather Painters, you just send any cards that, any back row cards they have back to their hands. So you have a easy board to work with. We go into Snow. Unfortunately, my Snow doesn't work because because I put it in the wrong position. The Snow would work if we put it in this position next to the other Snow, and we chain the Rainy Canvas to this. Just FYI, you know. So he activates it again. This is his last Numeron Cooling, and we're gonna send it with we're gonna send it back to his hand with Rainy Canvas. And he is GG, I think. This was a pretty like BM play just to have this card face up over here with no protection or anything. Just it's here. It's here, boys. Now we just beat him up. This was most likely Pathfinder, so I just attacked into it with 1600. And we're slowly beating him up. And I think we go into Rainbow here just for BM and for anything he might have, because we have one copy of Rainbow, but it doesn't, I mean, we have one copy of Thunder, so it's one Omni Negate, but it doesn't work because of Skill Drain. So if you're on the Skill Drain, guys, remember Weather Painter Rainbow does not work. But it's a great 2400 beater though. Okay, another decent hand. We have Snow, we have Snowy Canvas, we have Puri Rise, we have Snowy Canvas, always Snowy Canvas first, because you can dodge things with it if they decide to do things. I chained here, chain blocking is great. We go into Thundery Canvas. I'm still undecided which to go on your first turn. Sometimes I like to search out into Rainbow, but I drew Rainbow, so it doesn't matter. So Thundery Canvas as it is. Sometimes you want to go into Rain as well if you feel like you're against a DD Dynamite deck or whatnot. But like, yeah, just experiment which way you want to play this out. Generally, I feel like you want to search for. You could also search for Snow as well, which is another great search. He Raigekis on my Snow, which got me a little bit scared that he might OTK me actually. But it looks like he's an Eldritch player because he's cursed Outland me. This means that my skill drain is completely useless, so I'm glad that he get rid of it. Anyway. But we're in a pretty bad situation here because Weather Painter is good against Eldritch, but we have to survive, and he's beating me up with a 3500 beater right now, which is, you know, pretty tough. So we draw into our Thunder, which is another Weather Painter. He chains Sanguine here, but he doesn't go for Eldritch, which is very weird. So we go into we use our Rainbow to get another Weather Painter. We bounce the Eldritch back. We also bounce this guy back. Don't know what they do. Just keep on bouncing, boys. And now we have 3 Weather Painters, and this is probably over from here. This is probably over from here, honestly. He changed Sanguine onto this stuff. He has 7 cities of the Golden Lawn. This guy is partying as an Eldritch player. Oh my god. He's gonna summon the Fusion Monster. He gets back his Eldritch though, with the White Destiny. And he goes into 7 cities. This is gonna be a bit scary, boys. Eldritch, the mad Golden Lords here. He summons his Vampire Sorcerer back and also gets his other Eldritch back. This is enough to OTK. He targets this card to get mind controlled, by the way, to but I chain Rainbow over it, and I think we're gonna go into our Aurora. We put it in an attack position again. We were a bit newbie still with our Weather Painter painting, but he doesn't read what Thundery Canvas does, so we just return it back to hand. Easy game. Now we have 4 Weather Painters in hand. He has 1 card, and we have giga amounts of advantage. And this should be over for him actually at this point. We summon our last Weather Painter. I don't think we have enough for lethal, but we bounce that guy back. He comes back. So we bounce it back. It's only a once per turn effect, and then we attack with the rest. We definitely don't have lethal, but he's in a bad position here. Because the thing about Eldritch is you need cards. You need cards to summon him. You need to send a card. You need to send a spell or trap card from your hand to the graveyard to get him into the graveyard, and then after the graveyard you need a spell or trap card on the field to special summon him. But he doesn't have any of that. Well, he does actually. He gets rid of my Aurora, but I think I chain Snowy Canvas into it because there's no monster on the field, so I get Snow to rebuild my board. Snow is always a great pick, and he actually has enough. He has enough, guys. He has enough. He can banish one of his White Destinies to the graveyard to set a Golden Land card to get that Eldritch back. But he's running low on resources now. A lot of things is gone. And once again, he tries. He tries to attack. If he attacked this one, the attack would have went through, but he always attacks the ones that Thundery Canvas was getting over. If he was attacking the far left one, it would have went through. Well, it technically wouldn't have gone through, but I would be able to summon something else with Rainbow Canvas, and then it would go through because I Snowy Canvassed a bit too early for protection. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned a lot in this Weather Painter video, and learned from my misplays and learned from the commentary that I gave you on generally how to play the Weather Painters, which is aka not die. Get 3 to 4 Weather Painters up and you're Gucci. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.